Welcome back, beautiful souls. I'm Lyra Vega, and this week the sky goes quiet on purpose. We are standing in the corridor. The total solar eclipse in Leo is behind us. The lunar eclipse in Pisces is still ahead, and this is the stretch in between, where the real work happens. On Wednesday night, a first quarter moon lands at 27 degrees of Scorpio and squares everything the eclipse just opened. That is not a new story. That is the first time the story pushes back. Then, on Saturday night, the sun leaves Leo and enters Virgo, and the whole mood drops from spotlight to workshop. Nobody is going to hand you a headline this week. What you get instead is proof of whether the thing that started 2 weeks ago can actually hold weight. Let's read the sky, sign by sign. Aries. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your zone of shared money, debt, and intimacy, and it asks a very specific question. Is the arrangement you agreed to still fair? This is where a payment plan, a joint account, a contract with a percentage in it, or a conversation about who owes what stops being theoretical. You will feel the pressure on Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Do not confuse pressure with disaster. A first quarter moon is a test, not a verdict. Mars, your ruling planet, is still in Cancer at the base of your chart, so your fuse is shorter at home than anywhere else. And the person who gets your worst tone this week is probably the one who least deserves it. Venus in Libra keeps your relationship zone warm, which means the hard conversation lands softer than you expect, if you have it in person. From Saturday night, the sun enters Virgo, and your work and health zone lights up for a month, which is genuinely good news for you. Routine is where your energy finally has somewhere to go. You're alert. Read the fine print on Wednesday before you agree to anything with a number in it. And your advice, Aries: the fight you think you are having about money is usually a fight about respect. Name the real one. Taurus. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands directly in your partnership zone, which makes this the loudest week of the month for anything one-on-one. A relationship, a business partner, or a client relationship reaches the point where it either adjusts or it strains. If something has been building quietly since the eclipse, Wednesday night is when it says itself out loud. The good news is that this is a square, not a rupture. It is the moment a structure gets tested so it can be reinforced. Mars in Cancer keeps your communication zone hot until late September, so your words carry more heat than you intend, especially in writing. Read it twice, send it once. Venus in Libra is still sitting in your daily work zone, which means the office, the routine, and the people you see every day stay unusually pleasant, and a small kindness there matters more than it looks. From Saturday, the sun enters Virgo and lights up romance, creativity, and pleasure for a month, which is the best transit you will get all season. You're alert. Do not deliver an ultimatum on Wednesday. Deliver a request instead. And your advice, Taurus: the partnership does not need you to be softer. It needs you to be clearer. Gemini. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your zone of work, health, and daily routine, and the test is capacity. Whatever you took on after the eclipse now has to survive an ordinary Wednesday, and this is the week you find out if you scheduled a life or just a calendar. Watch your body on Wednesday and Thursday. It reports before your mind admits anything. Mercury, your ruling planet, is still in Leo in your communication zone until Tuesday the 25th. So your words are warm, dramatic, and persuasive right now, and a message you send this week gets a bigger reaction than it deserves. Use that on purpose. Mars in Cancer keeps your money zone active, so income comes with more effort and more feeling attached to it than usual. Venus in Libra is in your romance zone all week, which is genuinely lovely. Dating, flirting, and creative work all get easier. From Saturday, the sun enters Virgo and moves to the base of your chart, and home, family, and rest become the theme for a month. Your alert: do not add one more thing to Wednesday. It is already full. And your advice, Gemini: cancel one commitment this week and watch how much better you do everything else. Cancer. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your zone of romance, creativity, and joy, which means the thing you do for love rather than for money asks for a decision. A creative project wants more of you, or a romantic situation wants clarity, and Wednesday night is when the polite ambiguity stops working. Mars is in your sign until late September, which is a once in 2 years transit. Your energy is back, your patience is not, and you are far more willing to defend yourself than you were in June. Use that. Just aim it at the right target. Venus in Libra sits at the base of your chart, so home is warm and someone in your family is easier to reach than usual. Mercury stays in Leo in your money zone until the 25th, so financial conversations are more emotional than analytical this week. And a number is going to feel like a judgment when it is only a number. From Saturday, the sun enters Virgo, and your communication zone opens for a month, which makes late August the right window for the message you have been drafting. Your alert: on Wednesday, say the thing you keep almost saying. And your advice, Cancer: your creativity is not a hobby you squeeze in. Give it a real hour. Leo. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands at the base of your chart in home and family, and it squares the sun still in your sign. Translation: what you decided about yourself during the eclipse now has to survive contact with the people who knew you before. Somebody at home has an opinion about your new direction. Their opinion is information, not permission. Mercury is still in your sign until the 25th, so you are articulate, magnetic, and slightly more convincing than usual. That is a real advantage in any conversation you have been avoiding. Mars in Cancer sits in your zone of rest and closure, which is why you feel a low-grade tiredness you cannot explain. Your energy is working underground this month, and that is not weakness. Venus in Libra keeps your communication zone warm and makes you unusually easy to say yes to. Then on Saturday night, the sun leaves your sign and enters Virgo, moving into your money zone, and the question shifts from "who am I?" to "what is it worth?" Your alert: do not renovate, relocate, or announce a family decision on Wednesday. Wait for the weekend. And your advice, Leo: your birthday season ends this week. Take 5 minutes and write down what actually changed. Virgo. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your communication zone, and something you said or something you did not say comes back for an answer. This is a week of messages, siblings, neighbors, short trips, and paperwork. And Wednesday night is where the friction sits. Say less and say it more precisely. Mercury, your ruling planet, is still in Leo in your zone of rest and the subconscious until the 25th, which is why your thinking feels louder at night than during the day. Write it down before bed and it stops circling. Mars in Cancer is in your zone of friends and networks, so a group project or a friendship carries more heat than usual, and someone is being protective in a way that reads as controlling. Venus in Libra sits in your money zone all week and makes this a genuinely good stretch for negotiating, pricing, and asking. Then on Saturday night, the sun enters your sign and your season begins. A full month where the light is on you, your energy resets, and the year quietly starts again. Your alert. Do not send the long message on Wednesday. Send the short one. And your advice, Virgo. Your season starts Saturday. Decide now what you want it to be about, before the world decides for you. We are halfway through the zodiac, and the quiet part of this week is doing more than it looks. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, your readings are next. And one of you is about to feel this moon in your own body. Libra. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your money and values zone, which makes this the week a financial decision stops waiting. A price, a raise, a bill, or something you've been quietly paying for that you never really agreed to comes up for review on Wednesday night. Look at it. It's more workable than it feels at 11 at night. Venus, your ruling planet, is at home in your own sign all week. And that is the single best thing in your chart right now. You are more magnetic, more persuasive, and more comfortable in your own skin than you have been all year. Use it before it moves. Mars in Cancer sits at the top of your chart, so career runs hot, and someone in authority is more reactive than usual. Do not match their temperature. Mercury stays in Leo in your zone of friends until the 25th, keeping your social life loud and your group chat useful. Then on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and your rest zone, and a month before your birthday begins. The quiet one, the one where you close things. Your alert. Check what is auto-renewing on Wednesday. And your advice, Libra? You are not being difficult when you ask what something costs you. Scorpio. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands at 27 degrees of your own sign, which makes you the person who feels this week in your body before anyone explains it to you. A first quarter moon in your sign is a push. Whatever you started at the eclipse now wants a visible move from you, not just an intention. You will feel restless on Wednesday and clear by Friday. Mars, one of your rulers, is in Cancer in your zone of travel, study, and belief, which is why you want to be somewhere else, learn something new, or change your mind about something you were certain of. That is real, not escapism. Venus in Libra sits in your rest zone, so love is happening quietly and privately, and you like it that way this month. Mercury in Leo is at the top of your chart until the 25th. Keeping your professional voice unusually visible. So the thing you say publicly this week travels further than you expect. Then on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and your zone of friends and networks, and the next month is about who you are building with. Your alert. On Wednesday, move your body before you make the decision. And your advice, Scorpio. You already know. This week is only about acting like you know. Sagittarius. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your 12th house, the zone of rest, endings, and everything happening just under the surface. So the pressure this week is quiet and internal. You may feel tired for no reason you can point to, or unusually sensitive to a situation everyone else finds normal. That is not a flaw in you. That is the eclipse doing its work in the part of your chart you cannot see. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is in Leo in your zone of travel, study, and meaning, and it stays there. This is a long, generous transit that keeps pulling you towards something bigger than your current routine. Mars in Cancer sits in your zone of shared money and intimacy, so a financial or emotional entanglement runs hotter than usual. And this is a week to be careful about what you agree to fund. Venus in Libra keeps friendships warm and easy. Then on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and climbs to the top of your chart. A full month of career visibility starts, and you want to be rested when it does. Your alert? Wednesday is for sleeping on it, not solving it. And your advice, Sagittarius? Protect your energy this week the way you would protect a plan. It is the plan. Capricorn. Capricorn. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your zone of friends, groups, and long-term hopes, and something about who you are surrounded by comes into focus. A group, a team, or a friendship reaches the point where you can feel whether it is actually moving toward what you want or just moving. That question arrives on Wednesday night, and it is worth sitting with. Saturn, your ruling planet, is still retrograde in Aries at the base of your chart, which has been quietly asking you all season whether the foundation you built still fits the person you became. Home, family, and your sense of security are under long-term renovation, and this week gives you one more piece of evidence. Mars in Cancer is in your partnership zone until late September, so the people closest to you are more reactive and more protective than usual. And a partner is defending something they have not explained yet. Ask. Venus in Libra sits at the top of your chart and makes you noticeably more likable at work. Then on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and opens travel, study, and belief for a month. Your alert. On Wednesday, notice who drains you. And your advice, Capricorn: you are allowed to outgrow a room you helped build. Aquarius. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands at the very top of your chart, in career and public reputation, and it squares the Sun in Leo, in your partnership zone. That is the tension of your week in one sentence. What your work needs and what your closest person needs are pulling in different directions on Wednesday night. Neither one is wrong. They just both want the same hours. Mercury in Leo is in your relationship zone until the 25th. So a partner or a close collaborator is doing a lot of talking right now, and there is something useful inside it if you can get past the volume. Mars in Cancer sits in your work and health zone, which means your daily routine has more friction and more fight in it than usual, and your body is keeping score. Venus in Libra keeps her zone of travel and belief warm and makes long-distance anything easier this month. Then, on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and moves into your zone of shared resources and intimacy, and the next month goes deeper and more private. Your alert: on Wednesday, do not promise your evening to two people. And your advice, Aquarius: the career move only counts if there is still someone to tell about it. Pisces. Wednesday's first quarter moon lands in your zone of travel, study, and belief, and it asks whether the thing you decided to believe after the eclipse survives an ordinary week. A course, a trip, a legal matter, or a change of mind about something big gets its first real test on Wednesday. Take it seriously and take it slowly. This matters more for you than for most signs right now, because the lunar eclipse at the end of the month lands in your own sign at 5 degrees, and everything happening now is the runway for that. Neptune, one of your rulers, is retrograde in Aries, in your money zone, which has been quietly dissolving your certainty about what you are worth and what you can charge. Do not sign anything blurry this month. Mars in Cancer sits in your romance and creativity zone, so your creative and romantic energy is genuinely strong right now, and it wants an outlet before it becomes restlessness. Venus in Libra keeps intimacy warm. Then on Saturday, the Sun enters Virgo and your partnership zone, and the next month is about the other person. And that is The Corridor, beautiful souls. No headline this week, just the part where you find out if what started 2 weeks ago can actually stand up. Tell me your sign in the comments and one thing that got tested this week. If Lyra earned it, subscribe and tap the bell, because next Sunday we walk into the second half of the eclipse portal, and it closes with a lunar eclipse in Pisces at 5 degrees on the 28th.